Hey guys, this is Oluwayemi and you're welcome to yet another episode of Dreading Dreads. Okay, so today I'm going to start with talking about the hairstyle I have on with my dreads. I don't know, I just decided to call it half of a halo because I mean it's all the way to the back, so it kind of looks like a halo, so half of a halo. And okay, so what I did was to split my dreads into two big bunches, as you can see, like all the way down here it's like divided into two. Then I braided this part, then joined it at the back. So I just rolled it and then I used lots of bobby pins. You're going to be needing like a pack of bobby pins. Like I literally finished a pack of bobby pins trying to just stick this in there. And when you braid, just note that everything is not going to get into each other, so you're gonna have to like use bobby pins to like tack them. Like I have too many in here and in here, so just note that, so you don't try, dragging your locks and then tugging them at the edges, and because that could lead to thinning out, which leads to breaking off. So you might want to be careful about that. So even if everything doesn't get into each other, it's cool. You get a bobby pin, you tuck it in, and then and then it stays in place. So yeah, just note that. Yeah, so into today's topic. Today's topic is how to prevent or avoid damaged locks. How to prevent or avoid damaged locks. So, I mean, throughout my four episodes, I've been talking and been ranting and, been excited about locks and how it's such a great journey, how it's amazing, how everything's just beautiful. And this is the part where it's really not beautiful, where you have to be like extra careful to make sure that your dreads actually stay intact. Now there's this myth or this disbelief that when you have dreads, all you need to do is just leave it and you don't really need to do anything about it. It's like the last option for your hair, like just leave it and walk around, it's so easy. Well, you can say that for freeform. If you want to have freeform, then you can do that, but we all know that freeform isn't always pretty. Freeform always never looks pretty. So if you want your dress to look something like mine, or neat, tidy, that you can actually style, then you would probably have to do some work to keep it more intact. Funniest thing is, I personally feel like dreads is more stressful than regular hair. Like it's more stressful than braiding, it's more stressful than twisting, it's more stressful than fixing. Like personally, I think dreads, they're like the most stressful natural hair that you can keep, honestly. Okay, so there are a couple of things that you need to note to prevent or avoid your dreads from being damaged. First things first is breaking off. Now, breaking off happens as a result of your dreads thinning out. Now, what do I mean by your dreads thinning out? Your dreads thin out when you realize that the lower part of a lock is thicker than the end part. By the end part, I mean the part that is really closer to your roots. When you realize that the part that's closer to your roots looks a bit thinner than the extended part to the end, then your dreads are beginning to thin out. And thinning out can happen when, while styling your dreads, you tug at them too much, or when you relock too often. When you relock too often, your dreads will thin out. You relock too often when you relock every month or every 2 weeks. That's relocking too often. Give your hair time to breathe. Give your hair time to grow. Give your natural hair time to grow. It will help you thicken the roots of your dreads. But then when you don't give your locks time to grow and you keep relocking, probably you're like Miss Perfect, you have OCD, everything has to be intact, every single strand has to be in the lock. You're going to have to be relocking every month or every 2 weeks, and that will thin out your locks, which would eventually lead to your locks breaking off. Yes, locks actually do break off, like literally it will come off as an entire bunch. It happens. So in order to avoid that, you might want to reduce the amount of time that you relock, and you might also want to style less. Now what I do basically is to style my hair like this every Monday morning. I go to work, so I kind of have to look tidy and official. So every Monday morning I style my hair, I style my locks, and then I leave it this way sometimes till the end of the week. If it's really neat and it's like really put together and it's really proper and it doesn't itch, I leave it till the end of the week. Sometimes I take it out by Wednesday if I really don't like it or it doesn't look all that good. I take it off by Wednesday. So you just need to make sure that you're not styling your locks too often. Like, be sure that you're not styling it too often. Basically, when I style my hair like this, I take it out weekends. Like Friday, once I get home on Friday, I'm taking out everything. Like, I'm letting it breathe, I'm spraying it with oil and water, and I'm just allowing it that way. So throughout the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, my hair is down, my dreads are like loose and allowed to breathe and just stay that way. So you should try not to style your locks too often, to be honest. If you do not have like an official job, if you don't have to resume to an office, my advice would be that you just let your locks be. Like, don't style it, don't put this in a style, don't force it into a ponytail, don't force it into some style, just let it be. And if you're going to style it at all, try not to tug it at the edges. That's why you need to have bobby pins, because when you tug them at the edges too much, it can also lead to thinning out. So try not to tug them at the edges too much, and just use bobby pins to tack them anywhere they seem loose, basically.
You gon' make me bring the bad girl.